I really don't know what I would do if I didn't have some work that I had to get to.
Hello, hello, hello. This is Shirley Crawford, the owner of Second Chance Consulting and the executive director of the Women's Business Center, RVA, coming to you with another episode of Work Hardaholics. And so, right now, many of you are sequestered, self sequestering, taking care of yourselves, making sure that all is going well while the world is dealing with this, COVID 19. And so, of course, with every episode we always start with a word, and so I've been thinking about this piece about being quarantined and sequestered, and it took me to the word cloister, right? Cloister, Cloister, and it basically means just that. It means to seclude, to set apart, normally into like a monastery or a secluded area. It also, that's the verb. It also has a meaning as a noun, but I'm just dealing with the verb for now because verbs are actions. I'm all about the action. So as far as the action goes of cloistering, it's really to separate, right? Um, and so I've really been thinking about this piece because I hear a lot of you talking about how, this is forcing you to, it's not very convenient. It's forcing you to, you know, set apart, to not be where you want to be and to get things done, what you need to get done. But I'm not going to lie. I think it's a beautiful thing with regards to all the things that you can be accomplishing with this time. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to catch up on anything, but there's so many opportunities for you all. But anyway, so that takes me to, in that mindset of cloister, it takes me to our time tool technique. And so I may have mentioned this before. I didn't see it on my spreadsheet of the things I normally talk about, but it's what I call a top 15. If you ever come to a class when I've done like a vision board class, or a goal setting event, I always talk about your top 15. Your top 15 is just that. It's a list of 15 items, 1 to 15. Um, and you're actually keeping them in order. The top 10 are the most important. The five after that are what's next important. So in your top 10, every day you spend um, 15 minutes. Some people spend up to an hour, but a minimum of 15 minutes every day is spent working on at least one of the items on your top 10 list every single day like clockwork. So for those of you who say, I don't have time, I don't have time, I don't have time, the top 15 is an excellent way for you to start working on items in that list. But the deal is you don't work on stuff that's not in your top 10. So like for me, one of my top 10 right now is taking a trip for my 50th birthday, which is coming this summer. And so it's very high on my list because I need to get all the stuff together, figure out where I'm going, and budget for it. And I'm kind of waiting, kind of late. I should have it done already. But it's in there. But I've been focusing on my other items in my top 10 and not so much that one. But I got to get back to it because June 29th is coming. Um, and so that's how it works. 15 minutes a day on at least one of the top 10 items. But if the item is on like number 12, you don't touch it unless you exchange it for something that's in the top 10. And it focuses you. It makes you really think about what do I want, what do I want to get done. And it's not a lot of time. 15 minutes right now, some of you think 15 minutes is dragging by. Well, here's something you can do with it. Lively it up. Okay? Um, and so that takes me on to our book it moment. We're just flowing right through, aren't we? But it all ties in. It all ties in because, of course, we're talking about quarantining, secluding, cloistering, and then making wise use of this cloistering time, right? And by exercising and putting in place your top 15, utilizing those top 10, get some things done. And so, on the note of getting some things done, there for our book it moments, there's a book called Stop, Look, and Listen. It's by Chuck Wall. And the focus of the book is really about customer service. So a lot of us run our businesses as if we are the customer, and we're not. We're the owner. We are the provider. We're the vendor. We're the service. We're the product. But we are not the customer. And so you have to take a different viewpoint because the customer is the one who's paying you. You're receiving the payment. So you have to know it's not so much that the customer is always right, but the customer knows what the customer wants. And are you satisfying that customer need? So it's a great book to help you figure out, are you customer centric? Or do you just assume, I made it, it's wonderful, and everyone should want it, and take it like I gave it to you, and go? That's not going to be the right attitude. Yay. Okay, so that's a great book for you to be considering. Also, in that vein, I'm going to talk a little bit about our work hard, play harder moment. And so here's the thing. So for those of you who haven't joined us before on any of these episodes of WorkHARDAholics, and maybe it's because you're home and you're like, yeah, I'll check in and see what they're talking about. Um, the thing, the reason we come together for this time, it's a little bit of time we come together because WorkHARDAholics are not your average bear. We do more than the average person. We get things accomplished. We're very productive, but we want to come together, one, to see other tools, techniques, things that we can learn to be more productive, and then also to make sure that we're living in balance. Listen, not imbalance, I am, but in balance. And so we like to make sure we're sharing with you like techniques to keep you in balance in your life and super productive. So, with that in mind, for those of you who didn't know, as we talk about work hard, play harder, work hard, play harder. Spring has sprung. For those of you who are, haven't come out your door, it's a beautiful day outside, and you can stay within your 6 feet of other people and still get outside and enjoy this gorgeous weather. Um, and so spring has sprung. I came out of my door and they're like flowers everywhere. I was like, what happened? It was like literally poof, poof, overnight. And so here's the thing. The seasons are the same as the indicators of your life. For everything, there's a season. For everything, there's a time. And so a lot of you have been going through, you've been working really, really diligently, really, really hard. And you haven't seen the labor. You've seen the labor, but you haven't seen the love. You haven't seen the fruit of your labors. And so right now, it's springing right in front of you, but it's time for you to take a moment to observe it and see. Like you made all this effort to raise these great kids, and then you're not around to see the great things that they're doing. You put all this effort into your business, and now that it's doing well, you can't tell because you moved on to the next project. You had to stop. When I was in school, they said stop, drop, and roll. Okay, but there's no fire, so that's not necessary in this particular case. But the point is, you have to stop, take a moment, observe where you are, see what you've accomplished. It's great to see that, hey, that's my goal, that's where I want to go next, and to keep it moving. As a workaholic, we're always keeping it moving, but you have to stop and appreciate where you are. So, like this lovely day, take a moment to go breathe some of this air. I mean, it's really lovely and toasty outside. Take a moment to assess where you are and appreciate what you have done. There will always be more. The thing about success is it's never over. It never ends. It never stops. And so you'll say, today, I want to have my business be in the black. You get there. Rather than celebrate, you're going, oh, today I need to have $10,000 saved. Then it's, I need to be a multi-million-dollar business. Then I need to be an international conglomerate. You will always build up and build up and build up. And that's great. That's amazing. And you can do all those things. But stop. Time out. Stop and look where you are and say, I'm grateful for this moment. I really appreciate what I've done. Job well done. You and your team are amazing. And let's reward each other with ice cream. Or in my case, I used to buy myself a DVD every time I did something great. And I have this crazy collection. I don't need any more DVDs. Whatever it is for you, stop and appreciate it. So, as always, live better, do better, be better, and happy entrepreneuring. Ta-ta!
Because I really don't know what I would do if I didn't have some work that I had to get to.